What up, guys? So, I don't even know what part of the video series this is anymore. But this is Dragon Paladin. Before I add the aura elements back into the deck, I wanted to try a version with Tankgineer, because I want Cubicle to work. I want it to work so bad. So I like Cubicle on Illusory Greenwing, and the next best thing as far as a Cubicle target was Tankgineer himself. So before I add the aura elements back in, Gelbin, etc., I decided to do this. So I took out all the auras, so no Crusader aura, no nothing. If you watched the last part of this video series, you'll see that without Gelbin, the deck has some serious problems. So, so I opted for I opted to try the Cubicle route before I kind of made the concession back to Gelbin. But before I run back to that ex-boyfriend of Gelbin, I decided to try this, and we'll see if it does anything. I am playing a Wisp and Elise the Navigator, along with Ziliax, so who knows if it'll be useful or not. That's an interesting card. Sure, we'll just throw that out. Oh, wow. Okay. That's a cool draw. I kind of want to go Tankgineer, Cubicle. But I do think it is pretty worth it to upgrade the hero power, so let's do that. Just in case they've got shenanigans, I'm going to get that guy out of the way. So Tankgineer is clear for Cubicle landing. And the unfortunate part about Tankgineer, of course they have red card. The unfortunate part about Tankgineer is that it kind of leans away from dragons, which was the whole point of Dragon Paladin. That worked out pretty well. Well, I just realized that the only spell in the deck is Aegis of Light. It's very interesting. So maybe Dragon Scale, because I wasn't playing Dragon Scale armaments while I was playing auras, because I didn't want to draw more auras and make it harder for Gelbin. I think Cubicle's okay here. I'm going to lose it next turn anyway, but I think this is overall a net positive. What's that guy do again? Makes something cost less. Oh yeah, random minion in your hand by 6.
If 3 rights make a left.
That looks like it. Boo. Well, they're gonna give me another 7/7. That's cool. I do like having Ziliax in here. I feel like that gives me a little bit better late game potential. Next turn I can just go Tankgineer Cubicle again, so I'll probably wait for that. In the meantime, what do I do though?
I wonder.
I guess Maul is good because Fyrak and Gnarlex are the two highest cost cards in the deck now, since I'm holding Ziliax.
I must move quickly.
Yeah, sure, why not?
For justice.
So yeah, I'm not super happy about leaning away from dragons with Tankgineer Cubicle, but I really like Cubicle on Greenwing, so I'm just going to kind of force that and see if it works. But this is kind of just a cool variation of some of the Bubble Paladin elements and the Imbue Paladin deck with some early game dragons. I don't know, it's kind of a mishmash of stuff. That's crazy. Okay then. So I'm just going to Ziliax back instead of Cubicle this next turn, because Ziliax after a Ziliax is pretty good for momentum. Nice. Even nicer.
Step forth into the time ways.
Insignificant indeed.
For justice.
Wow. This is an interesting little, like, demon paladin type deck. Raging Fell Screamer is crazy. The 4-mana 4/4. Alright, with Serpent too? Sure. Well, this seems like a fine position.
Another soul dissolved.
Did they really play double Paraglide? No, I think they got one off of Illidari studies earlier. Or maybe they play it and they just had the I don't know. So I've got 16 attack.
Let me think.
Yeah, I'm gonna go double Flutterwing. That puts me in a really good position here. They could play Infiltrate or something, but I think this is worth the risk to drop this guy out there. I mean, Infiltrate's not that bad. I'll get another 7/7, but... Okay, so they definitely got a paraglide. Okay, that one's off Illidari Studies. How many paraglides are they going to play this game? 3 paraglides is nuts. They have 3 cards left in their deck. They got to play Kill Jaden or something like that if they're going to be drawing this many cards.
Nightmares are never forgotten.
Yeah, I don't see them winning this game.
Time to act.
Ferocious fell, but there it is. Alright, 1-0. So we won off the back of Tankgineer Cubicle, which isn't very Dragon Paladin-like, but a win is a win. This is kind of a cool list, though. Yeah, I was mentioning in the last part of this video series how I tend to be pretty contrarian. And this deck list feels very contrarian. Doing all sorts of stuff.
Knowledge is power.
I will fight with honor.
Job's done.
Pleasure of forth.
Ooh. So we can have a 3-mana 9/11. I like it.
Job's done.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that. Yeah, that's actually insane. Plus it burns a card for them. Pretty awesome. Let's see, so this is Dragon Paladin Part 5, it looks like.
Reality.
First 2 parts and the 4th part were kinda duds. Yeah, and then we're gonna go into Tankgineer. Let's go. This just feels like a better version of Bubble Paladin. You know, no auras is annoying, but... Yeah, no auras is annoying, but I like the dragon elements. There's something very cool about turn 1 Whelp into turn 2 Peddler. Especially when you can follow up with Gold Petal Drake, Flutterwing, etc. And I also really like the Imbue elements of the deck, giving you just a way to spam the board with big guys. Like sometimes you just win if you got a bunch of like 6-cost dragons dumping off of Emerald portals. So I don't know. I don't know that it's necessarily better than actual Bubble Paladin, but it seems decent. I'm pleasantly surprised. I was just doing this literally to force Cubicle. Because I did in part 4, I did Green Wing into Cubicle one time, and it was amazing. It felt so good. It was good. It was just, yeah, it's awesome. Let's see.
I remember this place well.
So I'm going to go for the 1-cost option. Because I would love to be able to make a copy. Not getting it. Alright, that's really lame. Alright, we tried. That's the way it goes. I guess we can discover a spell. Yeah, we'll just discover a spell. And I just don't really care about their minions, I don't think. Let's see what I get off of this. Should have done that before attacking, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, let's do that just in case. Yeah, having the taunt minion helps a little bit of protection, and obviously I'm damaging the cubicle, which is what I'm trying to protect. But it seems okay. There's our buddy Gnarlex. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm gonna get rid of the Sleet Skaters. I'm forever scarred. I had somebody just recur them over and over with Tide Pool Pupil and something else, and ugh. Yeah, 1.4 million armor later. Alright, that's fair. Sure.
Blaze a trail.
For justice.
And yes, I did realize after the fact that I could have just used my hero to attack the mini Sleet Skater last turn. That was definitely a misplay, but saw it way too late.
Don't use your head. Use mine.
No blizzard. Please no blizzard. Cool. I guess this maximizes damage doing it this way. Let's do this so I have room for another Tankgineer, because I don't have enough. Yeah, we're just chilling here. This is crazy. I'm guessing this is either, it's probably Counterspell, I guess. Sure. But you're just dead now.
Well played.
Yeah, okay, so another game, one off the back of Tankgineer Cubicle. Even with misplays galore. I'm liking this deck a lot so far. I mean, I love Tankgineer Cubicle, but I don't feel like Bubble Paladin really has great elements to surround it. There's solid cards in that deck, but the early game feels like it kind of suffers. And once you fight through Gelbin, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I've been wanting to do Tankgineer Cubicle and something else outside of Bubble Paladin for a long time. It just never felt like I had the right cards surrounding it.
Holy fester.
I will
This feels
fight
better.
with honor.
Definitely better.
How about Happy New Year?
Happy New
else.
Year, champion.
The light dims, but we fight.
The citadel stands strong.
The light dims, but we fight.
I will say, one of the coolest parts about doing these fun video series is, started with the Grime Street Paladin. That one didn't really go anywhere useful. Ooh.
Find me in the dream.
So, Grime Street didn't go anywhere useful. Searing Reflection Paladin, I think, is a decent deck. It's definitely nowhere near tier 1. But I've played it at Legend quite a few times and beaten people quite a few times. So, and then this one with Dragon Paladin, I think this has a lot of potential, and I'm not done tweaking and working on it. So the cool part about all this is that, you know, after these video series, I have these decks that I've literally built myself, that are something to be proud of. And it's always funny when, like, whenever I get a challenge request from a buddy, I'll just be like, okay, let's just throw some random deck at him. And that happened the last time I got a challenge request. I just threw I threw Searing Reflection Paladin at him, and they couldn't do anything. It's funny when people are not prepared for some interesting type of deck like that. I don't hate Maul here. Elise is okay, actually. I like Elise a lot, actually, here.
I remember this place well.
Now, again, I'm tempted to go for the 1 mana, because then I can go Nomelia, copy her, but that just feels kind of greedy, so I'm going to go Terror Run like I should. I think the Raptors are decent, and yeah, 5/5 copy.
Pleasure of force.
Pretty good attacks. Yeah, it's hard to see anything other than Nomelia here. I mean, Terror Run's fine. I can make a 5/5 of this. I get 3 2-1s, so I go 1, 2, 3. I think that's a pretty good spot. Then I have Nomelia for later.
I remember this place well. Blaze of trail.
So the more I play this, the less I feel like Gift Wrapped Whelp and Petal Petal are necessary. Because none of these other dragons down here rely on having other dragons in hand, so they're just on their own much more powerful. It does give me the opportunity to have meaningful early game interactions. Like Whelp into Peddler is still a really good play. I don't know, maybe it's fine, but I also don't know that there's anything that would be better than that. Oof, that's rough. That's awesome. Burn those cards.
Over eager.
So yeah, I gotta go Maul here. Because then I draw Fire Rack and I can go Gnarlex, Fire Rack next turn. I could Peddle or Whelp here, it just doesn't seem to really do much is the problem. That's the thing that concerns me the most about these is just later in the game they don't really do very much at all. I guess it's fine, it is some board position. I should have done that in the other order. Oops.
Over eager.
Go forth on swift wings.
All are nourished when the cycle renews.
Oh, have you filled out the paperwork?
Alright, Nomelia to the rescue, I guess.
Nothing can prevent your end.
Check this out, though. So... So we're gonna do this. I have 4 slots, so let's do this also. And then we'll do this. Yeah, I don't think I want to take the damage to the face right now. And that is what you call a reversal of momentum. With Zilliax to follow up with. Please just keep playing more minions. I want Zilliax to hit something here. Why would they take the draw 3? They have 9 cards in their hands. That is aggressive. Wow. Okay then. That's totally fine. They really want to close this game out. Zilliax is going to be kicking the nuts right now. Dang it. Dang, that sucks. Alright, so we gotta do this. Let's make some room. Make way, make way.
Shattered reality.
Pleasure forth.
I think Gnarlex Firac is okay. I could go another route. Like if I do this.
I wonder.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do this.
Follow the flutter wings.
That seems pretty good.
A frozen treat as sweet as me.
Okay. Pretty good card to draw there. Okay, so it looks like they can kill one cubicle? No, they're not even gonna. Crazy. Nice.
Let's give you some extra time.
I want a Firac, but I don't feel like it's necessary here. Maybe it is.
Go
We're gonna do it.
swift wings that cannot be contained.
Nice. That worked out pretty well.
Find another snap.
Gonna need another blizzard, homie. They haven't played Ziliax. I would assume that they play one of those. Wow, they got Pyroblast and something. Bro! Alright, that was well played. Alright, yeah. I'll take that loss. That's fine. They earned that. They ground out that win. That's a crazy win. Yeah, I love the way the deck handled that, though. Seems like there's a lot of utility in the cards, like Elise and Cubicle and Nomelia, all that stuff, just fantastic. Gnarlex Firac did some work. Yeah, I like what this has become without the auras. I may try a version of this without Gift Wrapped Whelp and Petal Peddler, though. And I guess it's still Dragon Paladin, but it's more just like Imbue plus Bubble plus other stuff. There's dragons in it, though, so it counts. Pretty rough hand here.
Let the games begin. I will fight with honor.
That is a crazy card to draw. Wow. Or I guess to get, not draw, but whatever. Wow. Well, Bellhop's pretty useless. Raptor Herald, however, that could be something. I'm tempted to Whelp Peddler. I think that's pretty solid here. And it hit the Peddler. Let's go. Because I think this is a better follow-up to those. Because this, the more time on the board, obviously, the better Peddler is. Nice draw. Alright, so as soon as I start talking smack about the dragons, they come in handy. If anything, they ate up removal, and that's okay. If I do try a version without Whelp and Peddler,
Reality
I think Portal Vanguard is probably worth trying. Not sure what else though, because I like having the potential for early game. Well, Fate Trickster draws absolutely nothing. Let's see, explosive runes? Not explosive runes, good. It is, okay. Then...
The portal calls.
Light dim, but we will fight.
Wow, at the end of your turn, get a random dragon. That's awesome.
I remember this place well.
Let's go.
Repent.
Sweet. Let's see, the arcane mage spells are counterspell, splitting image, and mirror entity, it looks like. So, counterspell I don't care about.
Repent. Blaze a trail.
For justice.
We're just gonna do that. Double fire rock? Okay. Seems good. That's pretty nuts.
All are nourished when the cycle renews.
Yeah, they're having a really hard time dealing with this board. This is pretty crazy. I got 9 cards in my hand, so I'm gonna attack first.
Blaze a trail.
If they have mirror entity, I don't want to give them a Tankgineer. I think if I'm gonna give them anything, yeah, I don't think. So either way, I'm gonna burn some cards this turn, I think, or next turn, because these are gonna give me dragons. So yeah, let's see. What do you got? Okay, probably counterspell then, which is great for us. In that case,
For justice.
Dracorex. Oh man, this is a wild game. Well, Dracorex is awesome here. Sure, they'll gain more life, but the amount of gas I got in this hand? Whew. Oh, wow. If it's immune, that prevents all damage.
Blaze a trail.
Cool. That's 6. Alright, this is what I'm gonna do.
Blaze of trail.
Obviously, they'll gain 12 armor off the mini Sleet Skater. But they're really running out of options here. I have so much gas in this hand. Like, they could win this, but I'm very doubtful. Now, I could have been trying to kill my Tankgineer sooner to make 7/7s in hopes of killing them faster. Ooh, that's pretty good.
I remember this place well.
But I wanted to be a little conservative in that regard. You know, a cubicle would have been nice, something like that, obviously. But I didn't want to make it easier for them to get rid of the 7/7s. Kind of force them to use their removal, which would then result in 7/7s, as opposed to removing the 7/7s. So, Well, looks like the board's getting filled back up. Dang. Shoot, alright. Yeah, about half of my deck is Emerald Portals, and that's totally cool. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping they'd clear the board. It just makes it easier to fill it back up again.
Mine hatred cannot be contained.
That's a lot of flame geysers. Odds are they're dead just off the next fire rack, but we'll see what happens. And to be fair, maybe I should have prioritized playing fire rack, but I wanted to make sure they were kind of within range before playing it. There we go. Alright, 3-1 after 4 games. Pretty good. Got 1 or 2 more games left in me. I really like this version. I think this is the best Dragon Paladin so far.
Uther versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
The deck could benefit maybe from a Dream Planner. Interesting. All right. Let's see how this goes.
Time runs out on me.
What pretty petals!
Drawn from the well.
Petal perfection!
Yeah, it seemed worth it to go Peddler instead of Aegis of Light on turn 2. Their minion's a little annoying, but it is what it is. I could go double Aegis here. I kind of like Greenwing though. Nah, you know what? We're gonna do this. That'll do it. Yeah, this is a very lucky discover. Or I don't even think it was a discover. It might have been a random minion.
Find me.
Nice.
Looks like we've got a fight for the ages.
Well, this is pretty snazzy. Yeah, this deck feels very powerful. In multiple avenues also. It's not just the imbue stuff, and it's not just like the cubicle draws. It feels like there's a lot that this deck can do.
I draw forth.
Normally it's the right call to just take the big one. Ooh, that's right, but then that means that this will shuffle it away, which I guess isn't the end of the world.
And the crowd goes wild!
Yeah, they're 6 cost minions. for free. Who am I to argue?
Many from one.
Yeah, the more emerald portals I can shuffle in, the better, so... Should have thought about that differently, but I didn't really like the other options too much. It'll be a nice little surprise to draw at some point.
Find me in the tree.
I could see this game getting away from me, because they've gotten pretty lucky on some of those discovers and random effects. They've had plenty of removal. Their Colossus is already up to 6 damage once they play it. And they've got Sleet Skater. Fun, fun.
Stand with me.
Okay. Well, shoot. Alright, so 4 illusions in the deck, along with 8 portals. There we go. It's like we gotta draw one of them.
A recurring dream.
And normally I'd be okay just kind of chilling, but there's not really much else we can do here. I don't want to be chilling against this player, because they're just going to build a bigger Colossus and find the right time to kill me with it. So, and currently they've got 6 from Warp Gate and 4 here, so Colossus costs 2.
March boldly, without fear.
This is not a good spot to be in. Against pretty much any other deck, I'd be fine just chilling here waiting this out, but they could just kill me at any moment. Could even happen next turn, just, I don't know, depends on if they have it or not.
Must be decisive.
Nice.
A recurring dream.
Okay. Well, that's at least a little helpful. Put one more taunt minion up there just to make it a little more annoying for them to get through to the cubicle. But if they can deal 1 damage to me, then Colossus is game, assuming they have it. In this position, you just have to assume they have it every turn. There it is. Yeah, any other player, I would have been just fine. Probably could have taken that game down, but that's the way it goes with Protoss Mage. Protoss Mage is genuinely, in my opinion, one of the best decks in the format. It's like Shaman, Protoss Mage, Death Knight. There's one other that might be in there, but those are like the top 3 for them, like pretty consistently, in my opinion. I think Cliff Dive Demon Hunter is getting up there. Not sure if it for sure is, but it's got a lot of potential. I think it's definitely tier 1 now, like 100%. It's just if it's at the top of the tier 1 decks.
My blade burns with holy fire.
I will fight with honor.
It's crazy how Murlocs have basically disappeared. So they could be Bubble, Aura, something like that, or they could be Aggro Paladin. Because they could be Aggro Paladin, I kind of want to keep the Green Wing, because that gives me a little protection, but it's obviously not going to do too much. I can play it turn 3 earliest, so it's not super great. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm not sure if that's right, but wow. Well, Wisp is something. It'd be great to draw a 1-drop here. Righteous Protector or Whelp with Wisp would be a really solid start. And then I can go either Gold Petal, or Creature of Madness. But we'll just do this, I guess.
Reporting for duty.
I do kind of like double Gold Petal. Ooh. Let's do that.
Can't stand the cold.
Well, there's no frost spells in my deck, so that's pointless. Okay, Aura Paladin it is.
Shatter their bones.
And I could be attacking their face with all this stuff, but
Reporting for duty.
I think trading resources is fine at this stage of the game.
I remember this place well.
Alright, looks like this will be my last game. My dog wants to go on a walk. Sorry, guys. Come here. Come here. Come sit with me. There you go. See, say hi. Say hi. He's like, what is going on? Alright. Ooh, Observer of Mysteries is cool. I think that's the way to go here.
Mysterious orb. What is
And let's do this. Probably should have looked at the secrets before doing that, but I think it's alright. It'll be fine. Freezing and Rat Trap. Cool. Yeah, totally fine with those trades, because now this gives me a 5-cost dragon.
I remember this place well.
I love me some Mixologist. Maybe Mixologist could go in this deck. That would be spicy. That would be fun. I'm thinking I hold the Mixologist though. That way, ideally, I can get some good value off of it. And I don't think this deck plays Demolition Renovator, so I think it's okay to throw this out there. I would like it to be there so that, you know, Nomelia, among many other things that I can draw, it'll be at the ready. There's the Gelbin. Wait, they got no Crusader aura for that? Mechatorque, Resistance, Chronological, Gnomish. Wow. Okay then. I don't really want to trade, but I think it's okay here. Because I don't want them to have any minions. That Mechatorque is going to be very annoying. Obviously, they can play a minion. But wait, they didn't even know Chronological either? No, they do have Chronological. Okay, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Yeah, I killed the Chronological minion. I'm tripping over here. Yeah, it's baffling no Crusader or off of that. That must really suck for them. Especially considering they got the 3 minions off of this that could attack. Just lost a lot of value there. Sure, okay. Nice.
The timeways are safe.
Yeah, let's see what we got. 2 damage to all minions, not super great. I guess I kind of like the armor better. It gives me a little insulation. Friendly minion that died this game. Nomelia died twice. Okay, it was worth a shot. And once again, I did that in the wrong order. I'm sorry, guys. That's just infuriating. So, as you can tell, Peddler and Whelp just feel like such an afterthought. That's ridiculous. All right. Come on. Dang. Okay, so we're taking some damage. Interesting trades. I would expect those minions to be worth more than just trading with 1/2s and stuff. So they still got 1 turn left with the original Orzhova Gelbin. That is tough. So Firac is 1 play. I don't think that's going to do enough, unfortunately. So I think I need to make some protection here by doing this. And Obviously, it's only 2 4/4s. I'm probably still dead. They've got to hit them 4 times total. So it takes up a lot of their firepower.
Who dares disturb?
Okay, maybe 2 times. Alright, we're dead. There it is. Well played, well played. So after 6 games, 3-3, which isn't a stellar record, but I really like the power level of this deck. I think Tankgineer adds a lot. Ziliax adds a lot. Elise obviously adds a lot. Not sure if I'm going to play this same version again. I might do a version without Whelp and Peddler because they don't feel like they fit anymore. Which is ironic because that's the whole reason I wanted to play Dragon Paladin, was because I wanted Whelp, Peddler into something. But the something after them is just much better than them. So, so yeah, I'll keep fiddling with this, see what I can do. This has been a fun series, though. I really like where this is going. It's opened up possibilities for new decks that I hadn't considered, and that's really the whole point of this. If I may babble for just a moment about deck building, I've said it a million times, but I stand by this. Deck building is a creative muscle, and if you don't use it, you will lose it. We rely way too much on deck lists from the internet, and I do this series to show people in real time that you can make your own decks that are going to be semi-competitive, as long as you're honest with yourself about what cards are doing what, and, evaluating your play in real time, stuff like that. Obviously, I'm making misplays along the way. We all do. None of us are pro players here. I do this for fun. But this exercise has opened up a lot of new avenues for me in terms of decks. And I really like this deck in particular. I think I like this a lot better than Bubble Paladin. I'll say that. Bubble Paladin is probably like a tier 1.5, tier 2 deck. It's in that ballpark. But I get the feeling this is better. I get the feeling it's better with just a couple more tweaks. Could be wrong, but that is what my intuition is telling me, because there's something very powerful here that definitely deserves being explored. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So yeah, definitely keep your eye out for the next part of this video. And I've got a bunch of other series going on now. Like I'll probably jump back in and try and find some more variations of Dragon Warrior. I'm going through new versions of Aggro Paladin. A bunch of those videos should be up by the time this video's up. I'm still doing Searing Reflection Paladin. I'm just tweaking that slowly but surely, working on that deck. And I even have a version of Dragon Paladin that has Searing Reflection, because I'm a fiend for Searing Reflection. I can't get enough of it, so I got to try it in this as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, all that fun stuff that I hate asking for, but the YouTube gods demand it, so it is very helpful. And big thank you to you guys that are already following. Catch you guys next time. Peace and love.